You know, for the life of me, I'm still confused as to why this keeps happening with my streaming and my recording. Man, I can't wait to have OBS. Man, I can't wait to get a new studio. Man, I'm gonna be patient though. I'm gonna stay patient. I'm gonna be thankful for what I do have. I'm saying, and it's definitely not like I'm grinding the way I should be if I want something new. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, classy ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream, man. This is a live stream. This is Saturday night, and I feel all right. I don't even know what we're doing right now, but I wanted to go over this pre-draft because since the draft is Monday, um, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to live stream the draft. I really want to, okay? I really do want to do a live stream, our own little live stream show for the WNBA, for the 2025 WNBA draft. I really want to. I really do want to, but I do work that day. I got PT that day. It would be a hassle. I don't even know if I'd be home in time to do this shit, right? But you know what? I'm a try, bro. I'm actually going to try. But I wanted to do this live stream. I'll probably turn it into a video later too because I see all these draft boards and whatnot, bro. What we're really not talking about, and I don't know for what reason, but this WNBA draft, there's no direction on it, okay? In my opinion, it makes no sense talking about the rest of the picks from like 3 to 12. It makes no sense. I just know I'm probably going to be upset by some of the picks. Some of the picks might question. I feel like I'm going to end up questioning some of the GM's picks. And I also feel like this draft might be a stash and draft. Like this might be one of those drafts where like a lot of teams like stash these players because there are only like I was looking on Twitter the other day and someone posted all of the players, including the players with training camp contracts for every WNBA team, and there aren't a lot of spots open. Okay, there aren't a lot of spots open, so it will be very interesting. Yes, to see what what WNBA GMs do on Monday because I don't I don't even know if a lot of these players are going to make their team. And I'm talking first round. Hold on, I'm talking first round too. Even if these players are going in the first round, even I think there's a chance even some of the lottery players. Well, the Mystics, it's kind of easy because the Mystics don't have a lot of players on their roster, but I do feel like a lot of these players that even go first round might not end up making a team. So this really might be a stash draft. It might be a draft and stash. You feel me? So either way, I just want to go over some of the picks, the predicted picks that everyone's coming up with. I don't know why everyone's locked on certain things. Like, bro, they were the same people for some reason who had Olivia Miles locked as the first or second pick, and then fast forward to March, and now we're learning that Olivia Miles has like all these media outlets posting about Liv Miles 1, Liv Miles 2, all these outlets posting these mock drafts, these WNBA mock drafts, just for all of us to find out at the same time that Olivia Miles has an extra year of eligibility. Really? Who didn't do their research, bro? The entire year I'm looking at mock drafts of who gonna go first, who gonna go second. Paige don't want to play in Dallas. Dallas not gonna pick Paige up. All for Olivia Miles to return. And now something that I'm seeing in these current mock drafts is the third pick. And we'll get to that, but let me just say this. The only thing set in stone in this draft class right now is Dominique Malonga and Paige Becker's going 1 and 2. And here's the crazy thing. It's wild that Dominique Malonga is going 2, is projected 2 in the first place. Like, Dominique Malonga, I feel like in any other draft might be the number 1 pick. She's 19. She has a way higher ceiling than a Paige Beckers, in my opinion. She is closer to a generational talent than Paige Beckers is. She's 19, been playing professional basketball. I know I don't, compare to men's basketball players, and I'm not really comparing two men's basketball players right now, but I'm comparing situation, right? Think of Luka Doncic going into the NBA, a professional for years in the damn near still in their teens, right? A professional for years already has like professional basketball play under their belt, and they're about to be drafted into the league. So in the situations are kind of similar. I feel like everyone has Dominique Malonga too, but there's a very good chance Dominique Malonga could go one. And why the hell does Enrique Agumbawale feel the need to tamper with her own team? That's how you know shit wicked, bro. That's how you know shit is so disconnected in the WNBA. Cause ain't no way. Enrique Agumbawale got to hop on Twitter to tell her team do the right thing. First of all, Enrique, you gotta chill. Like Paige might. What if Dallas picks Malonga first? If Dallas, let me tell y'all something. If Dallas picked Malonga first, I would actually get a bump of respect for Dallas. Like I would actually give Dallas some respect, because a lot of people probably wouldn't think of doing a move like that. But the thing is, you would be picking up a generational talent. You feel me? So if Dallas actually had the balls to do that, I would actually gain some respect for the Dallas Wings organization. And here's the thing too: who's your GM again? Kurt Miller. Oh, someone who someone who is unpredictable. Kurt Miller could. I can see Kurt Miller doing some. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. I can see Kurt Miller doing something stupid like that. Not even stupid. It's just I can see him doing something like that, picking up Dominique. He's just like 19-year-old Gen talent. What did I tell y'all in my second to last live stream? Talking about the Gen talents, right? The Gen talents, the really good players, the role players, right? Dominique Malonga is a Gen talent. I don't think, and I'm being 100% truthful here. I don't think Paige Beckers has a higher ceiling than Dominique Malonga. So as much as people would riot for Paige not going first, from a basketball standpoint, I don't think it would be a bad decision. It might not be the best fit, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Dallas used to having a bunch of bigs on the team that don't fit anyway, but it would be a smart basketball move. That's all I'm saying. Let me try to bring up the live chat right now. We're going to get into, so I just wanted to make that point on the 1 and 2 picks, right? The only thing locked for this draft are the first and second pick. Paige is either going first or second. Dominique Malonga is either going first or second. Those are the only picks. Those are the only picks we have set in stone that most of our predictions are probably going to be right. And then there's that slight 0.005% chance that doesn't even happen. Friggin' Sony Citron goes number one. You feel me? Like there's something I don't put it past. I don't put it past these organizations to pull a move where I'm just like, what? And here's the thing, I'm not even against these unorthodox moves too. I'm not even against these unpredictable moves, but I'm just like, a lot of the time they don't play out. Like a lot of the time they don't play out the way like they should. Let me get into your comments real quick. Demonat says there are some crazy people putting Citron at 2. All right, so let's just go ahead and roll into this now, okay? Let's go ahead and do it now. Here's the reason why nothing else is here's the reason why everything else after the 2 spot is unpredictable. Because Washington, like the Mystics have the 3rd, 4th, and 6th pick. The reason why everything is unpredictable in this first, who the hell, bro? And I'll leave it alone. The reason why everything's unpredictable, and damn near in a way, this draft is almost about the late first round and early second round. That's probably where a lot of the action is going to be, because for the first round, it's really going to be about, are the Valks choosing a cornerstone player, franchise tag player? Are they trying to find a diamond in the rough? They're looking for someone to lead the franchise, if you will, this new franchise. I don't think they don't really have a franchise player on the Valks. You feel me? So who are they looking for? And then it's going to be about the Washington Mystics completing their team, like replenishing their team. This is the first round is basically the Washington Mystics playing my team, right? So the first round is really, if you want the action, I think the action is going to be coming late in the first round, early in the second round. And that's why the entire first round is going to be unpredictable, because it's all depending on what the Mystics want. What direction are the Mystics going in? Do they want a guard? They lost Van Loo in the expansion draft. Do they want a premier guard? Do they want a 3-and-D player? Do they want an all-around facilitator and sellers? Do they want a versatile Swiss Army knife like Sony? Do they want Kiki Ariafen, even though they have Aaliyah Edwards and Shakira Austin, your young bigs, right? Who you can build off of. I think Aaliyah Edwards is very promising. I really do. Do you pair that with Kiki Ariafen? Is that even the right pair? You feel me? It all depends on what DC wants. But that leads us to the third pick, because we're going to go down this mock draft. We're going to go down this mock draft at the third pick, and I've been seeing frequently on everyone's draft board, Sonia Citron is the number 3 guard. Number 3 pick. Predicted number 3 pick. Listen, I love Sony. Y'all know I love Sony, but top 5 talent, top 5 potential draft pick, absolutely. But you're not building around Sony. You feel me? You're not building around Sony. She's a great player to have, kind of like a Kate Martin, great player to pick up in the draft, but you're not, I'm not in any shape or form saying Sony's going to come in and be a scrub. I'm not saying that. But I am saying you're not building around her. So why would she be going that high? You know what I'm saying? Sony out here on Sabrina Ionescu timing, like you using the third pick on a player that, probably can't dribble the ball up the court, being defensively pressured. Like Sabrina been in the league for 5 years, and I hate to turn this on Sabrina again, but Sabrina been in the league 5 years, still can't bring the ball up into the front court. And Sony does the same exact thing. She probably gonna get turned. She probably gonna have to give the ball up. So your premier guard, who you're going to use a number 3 pick on, can't even bring the ball up the front court. Now, I'm not discounting Sonia Citron in any way, because there are things that players have to improve on when they get to the pros, absolutely. But the third pick, I don't know. Third pick, are you trying to give Sonia Citron the keys? Like I'm struggling to see the vision of a third pick for Sonia Citron. Fourth, have at it. Fifth, have at it. But I'm struggling to see why so many media outlets think Sony's going 3. Like, I don't see that. You feel me? If I had back-to-back picks, back-to-back lotto picks, which the Mystics do have, I'm not going Sony 3rd. You feel me? Does it feel like that's how I know some of these outlets be capped? Because think about it. You have back-to-back, like, follow me here. You have back-to-back lotto picks. We all know who's going 1 and 2. You're not going to get a chance at them. We all know who's going 1 and 2. Why would Sonia Citron be 3rd? If you have Sonia Citron 3rd, that means you believe she is closer to, I forgot my damn categories here, but not Gen Talent, but all-star potential. Let's just call it role player, all-star, Gen Talent, right? That means you think she's in that space of all-star to Gen Talent. I believe the place where Sonia Citron is just like all-star potential. If you want to narrow it down, she's just all-star. But if you think you're picking her 3rd That doesn't make sense. That means you think she's all-star gen talent. I don't disagree with that, but not right now. You feel me? Why would you be using your third pick on that? You can stabilize whatever you're trying to do on your team by just making her the fourth pick. And that's why these media outlets make absolutely zero sense. Because you wouldn't be using the third pick on Sonya Citron anyway unless you didn't think that you had to get her. There's no pressure. You can pick up two players and then you're going to have the sixth pick anyway. There's absolutely zero pressure to be in a rush to pick up Sonya Citron. You have the fourth and sixth pick if you want to gamble with the fifth on who the Valks are going to pick up. But let's look at the Valks. Why would the Valks be picking up Sonya Citron? Again, unless you believe that Sonya Citron is closer to Gen talent than to just regular All-Star. You feel me? So it really confuses me as to why everyone has Sonya Citron third when the Mystics have the third and fourth pick. You're more likely going to use that third pick on your cornerstone. Are you saying that Sonya is going to be your franchise player? Are you saying that Sonya is going to be your cornerstone for your team? I don't think so. Now, some people might say, why it doesn't matter. You're like, sure, but you guys are making predictions. Like, these outlets are making predictions. So, what the heck? If you're making predictions and you got her third, well, what's the logic behind it? I'm struggling to see that. Let me just check the comment section real quick. Demonass says, top 6 teams in the draft need guards, not big. Some of these guards like Sundell and Sarah Barker might go earlier. I'm not, okay. I love Sarah Ashley Barker. Great player. If the Liberty still had their 7th pick, I already told you on my list, I wanted them to go after either Michaela Timpson. It would be kind of tough going after Timpson now with Izzy Harrison on the squad. Even with Izzy Harrison on the squad, I'd still want Michaela Timpson. But I wanted Michaela Timpson, Sarah Ashley Barker, or Maddie Westbeld. I said that. Okay. Dallas can pick up Paige. The Seattle Storm don't need any more guards. They want Dominique Malonga, which is why I said I don't even think Olivia Miles was going 1 or 2 because Seattle they're looking. Seattle is, for the last couple of years, they've always had like a franchise tag player. They had Stewie, they had Sue Bird, you know what I'm saying? They had Lauren Jackson. They've always had a franchise player. So they're going for the phenom. Seattle doesn't play that. Like, if they have a chance to get a gen talent, they're going to go get a gen talent. You feel me? Third, the Mystics, yes, the Mystics do need a guard. That's facts. But again, that doesn't change the fact that you don't have to put who do you need more? Because the predicted number 4 pick is Kiki Ariafin or Ariafin. Are you keeping that pick if you don't need that guard? Are you keeping that pick? Sorry, if you don't need any more bigs. If you have Steph Dolson, if you have Aaliyah Edwards, you have Shakira Austin, and then you're gonna pick up Kiki Ariafin. I don't see the vision. Yeah, there's something like, hold on. Technical difficulty. All right, we should be straight. My fault. It was just heat blowing the freaking. I thought bug was in here. Boy, the bugs have already returned. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah. So this again, it all depends on the Mystics, and I don't know. Do the Mystics go 4 bigs? Because who's going to be developing Kiki Ariafin? Who's going to be Aaliyah Edwards is a sophomore in the league. Shakira Austin got a couple of years under her belt. Steph Dolson, she not going to be developing anyone. They say iron sharpen iron, but she's shooting the hell out the three ball. Don't get me wrong, but is Steph Dolson going to teach Kiki Arifin to be a better face up player? Like who is not blind leading the blind, but it's like almost like inexperience leading no experience. Who's sharpening Kiki Arifin on that team? I like Aaliyah Edwards. Don't get me wrong. She 12-0 Stewie and unrivaled. I like Aaliyah Edwards. She has a lot of potential. But why would I don't get these predictors. To me, them picking up Kiki Arifin would be like holding on to Kiki for a trade. And that's exactly why I don't think it's exactly why I don't think Sonya's going third. You feel me? So Kiki Arifin projected to go forward to the Washington Mystics as well. I don't even think that happens because a lot of what I notice a lot in these mock drafts and from these different sports media outlets, it seems like they put best available player in these drafts. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. And I am on Sports Illustrated's. Oh yeah, I should have mentioned that. I'm using Sports Illustrated's mock draft just to remind myself of which players can go. I might switch it over to Winsider later in the stream, but we can keep going down to five. Let me answer the comments. I do see the comments. I do see y'all comments. Do I still like Maddie Westbeld? I'm worried about her play, but she was coming back from injury. I think Maddie Westbeld's fine. I think she's fine. She's working her way back from injury. Obviously, that's not an easy thing to do. And also, a lot of the time with players and in college is as soon as they're like 98%, they get thrown back on the court. And I'm not saying that the player doesn't have any say so on whether they want to come back or not. But I do think a lot of the time they'll give them that time frame of when you're going to do your recovery. Oh, cool, you're done with PT and whatever. I always believe there should be an extra week added on to when you finish your recovery. You feel me? Because that process of getting back into the flow of things, you can't just it's like trying to jump into a game without warming up. You feel me? It's like I get it. You've been training, you're probably doing 5v5 on-court drills with your teammates and stuff like that, but we all know the game speed is different, the adrenaline is different. Getting your body back to that is very difficult, and we kind of saw that with Chelsea Gray last year too, right? Chelsea Gray came back, but she was kind of like a shell of herself. So I'm still very high on Maddie Westbeld, absolutely, because she has a high ceiling as well. I told y'all at the beginning of the season in my top 5 players to watch, Maddie Westbeld was on that list, and I said she get her handle right, she gets a slashing bag because she can shoot the midi, she can shoot the three, she's fading in the post and shit. Perfect stretch for perfect wing. You could probably turn her into a 3-and-D player. She has such a high ceiling. I'm very, very much still high on Maddie Westbeld. If we had the 7th pick again, I'd be encouraging New York to take her. But she's just coming back from injury. She's finding her way, but I think she'll be okay. Mystics might draft and stash one of those picks since they have too many bigs. Just guard. I don't know how to say her name. Is it Juste? Just Juste. No. Hell. See, that's Dave Chappelle. Um, I want to pronounce it like French, like Juste Josite. I still haven't looked up how to say her name properly, bruh. I know y'all talking about the overseas guard. I know who she is. Like I know of her, but I don't know her game all that well. I probably should like YouTube a couple of videos of her. I no. I saw her. I saw some of her highlights on women's hoops masterclass. So I know of her. I know of her game. Um, I'm really not sure about the overseas players. I do think they're going first round, and I think some of the college players are going to be pushed back, like your Tahina Pow Pows, your Georgia Amores. But I think Chicago's snatching Georgia Amore. But let me keep going down this list because I do want to change it over to the Winsider list. Okay, so for number 5, damn near the only pick I agree with so far on this list from Sports Illustrated. They got Haley Van Lith going 5 to the Golden State Valkyries. I can I can see that. See, that's something I feel like we're both checking off. You feel me? Because Haley Van Lith, you're looking for a franchise player, and no other player just had aligned herself with the vision and direction of a team like the Valks, expansion team, looking for that star player, looking for some publicity, you know what I'm saying? A nice little following, more fans, even though that doesn't even seem like they need more fans since they keep selling out they've already sold out their season tickets and whatever. I think every home game is sold out, right? Or is that not a fact? Or it was just their season ticket shit that got that sold out. Bringing in a guard like Haley Van Lith, like, hey, Haley, we're gonna give you the keys early, lead us. I agree with that. I agree with that. That makes this quicker. We can move on. So let's go to number 6. I'm sorry, my laptop is so loud. All right. I really have to find out how to pronounce this player's name, but the overseas player Juice, I'm just gonna call her Juice. She's Lithuanian, so it's not gonna be French. I can't pronounce it. I don't want to butcher her name, but Josite. No. That sounds stupid. I need to look this up. Joyce. It's Lithuanian, so it's probably like the pronunciations are like different, like Joyce or something like that. I don't know. I'm gonna stop making myself look like an idiot, but I'm gonna just call her JJ from Lithuania. She plays alongside Dominique Malonga in the French league. Just a little background on her, since this is really for myself as well. She became the youngest player in both the Women's French League and Euro League when she debuted for Asvel less than a month after her 14th birthday. Damn. Wait, so she's been a pro since 14? What the She 19 too? Advanced pick and roll operator for her age, and she should only get better with time. Wait, so we got some 19 we got two 19-year-old pros? Oh hell no. Like the ceiling high with them. That's okay. Mystics, again, it's all what the Mystics want. It's all what the Mystics want. That shit's up to them. I don't have anything else to say about that. Hopefully she does get drafted. I do know there are going to be overseas players moving up. I did not know she was 19. I've been seeing her name. Her and Sivka. I've heard less about Sivka as time has gone on, but let's go to number 7. Number 7, the Connecticut Sun pick, traded to them by the New York Liberty, and how we acquired Cloud9, you know what I'm saying? Poppy Nove. Anissa Morrow, LSU, going to Connecticut. They're looking for a franchise piece. They got Tina Charles there too, don't they? They have Tina Charles there. That should be interesting. Tina Charles does have a nice little midi, so she can space the floor. Anissa Morrow, teams love good rebounders. You can't go wrong with the rebounding. I mean, rebounding damn near put the Chicago Sky in the playoffs. So you can't go wrong with rebounding. Obviously, Anissa Morrow isn't just that, but this would be a very good pickup for the franchise that's trying to reboot itself. Probably give her the keys early as well. She would be behind, or at least learning from Tina Charles, especially who's a great face-up player. Tina Charles is such a bucket. Bro. Oh my lord. Anyway, that would be good for the Mystics. Sorry, for the Sun. Yeah, I agree. Dem and that. Tina Charles, that would be a perfect teacher apprentice type, you know what I'm saying, situation for Anissa Morrow. Absolutely. That would be great because she could probably work on that face-up game too. Anissa Morrow got to get that mid-range shot going too. Got to get that 3-shot going. You know they don't shoot a lot when they be shooting, and like their upper body's like this way, and then their legs be over here, and release be like that. Anissa Morrow, like TC should be able to get Anissa Morrow right though. All right, but we're going to number 8, the number 8 pick. That Connecticut acquired from Indiana. So Connecticut has back-to-back picks. They have the 7th and 8th pick. That's why I feel like after this shit gonna get interesting, because they're projected Aja Sivka, forward from Slovenia, the other overseas player. Let me read a little bit about her. Sivka is a 6'4" forward from Slovenia who can see a role as a two-way floor spacing wing. Her length and instincts make an impression defensively, while she also possesses playmaking and scoring pop to keep an offense flowing. She has played professionally in France and has international experience with the Slovenian national team, including including the MVP of the FIBA Women's U18 European Championship in 2023. So she's about 20 years old, right? Somewhere near there. Don't know much about her. Again, I haven't. I will say I haven't been following a lot of EuroLeague, and I know Niar's over there in freaking what the hell is that sound, bro? Even I know like Niar Sabli's over there at Fenner, and I haven't followed her season much. I know that's crazy because y'all know me. You know what I'm saying? I don't play by my knee, you know what I'm saying? And but I followed every game she played at Praha, but I haven't followed anything about Fenner, so I'm kind of lacking on my overseas knowledge right now. You feel me? All right, we're moving on. That's number 8. We're moving on to number 9. Los Angeles Sparks projected to pick Cheyenne Sellers from Maryland. Now, this is Sports Illustrated's mock draft. On other mock drafts I've seen, especially on Winsider, I believe on Winsider or on other mock drafts, they had Cheyenne Sellers go into the Mystics because they think the Mystics are probably going to look more for a facilitator, scorer, point forward in Cheyenne Sellers than a Sonia Citron. I'm sorry, than a Kiki Ariafin. Maybe try to gamble, see if they can get Ariafin at number 6. So on SI, they got Cheyenne Sellers at number 9. Going to the Sparks. This wouldn't be a bad pick either. I don't really know what the hell they doing over there in LA. I don't, but last time I checked, they don't even have like threes like that, do they? Damn, I should have brought up that Twitter post so I could see who's on the team. Okay, but I'll read this little summary. With LA's deep front court of Cameron Brink, Hamby, and Azare Stevens. That's a deep front court. Okay, that's a deep front court. Right. I really only count Azare. Is Hamby good? Like, do y'all find Derica Hamby good? Like, I don't think she's bad, but I also think she was able to thrive because she was like the number one option on a rebuilding team. You feel me? Like, do y'all think she's good? I don't know, but they're calling this a deep front court is insane. Yeah, you got Cameron Brink. Is Cameron Brink good? Is she healthy? She had a freaking major injury. Is she good already? She'd probably still be like on some sort of minutes restriction, right? And then Azare Stevens, I don't think LA has a bruiser at all. Sparks could look to add a guard to learn from newly acquired star Plum and provide depth off the bench. Y'all calling Sellers a guard, a combo guard who can play both on and off the ball. She's coming off a good season shooting the 3, albeit on lower volume. We're calling Cheyenne Sellers a guard, really? We're calling Cheyenne Sellers a guard. Okay. First of all, no, she's not a guard. Y'all have y'all guards. Y'all got Kelsey Plum and Odyssey Sim. So most likely Cheyenne Sellers would be somewhere in the front court with Rakea Jackson. But how the hell that gonna work? You'd have to put Cheyenne Sellers at the 2. She'd probably spend more time at shooting guard. Or she could play point forward. She could probably play point forward. So you could go Kelsey Plum, Cheyenne Sellers, Rakea Jackson, Cameron Brink, Azare Stevens. I don't know. I'm not starting Hamby. That's just me. I feel like Cameron Brink at the 4 might be kind of a cheat code. But why? Who are you gonna start? You gonna bench Azare Stevens? You gonna bench Rakea Jackson? You can't do that. You're gonna start 2 guards, Kelsey Plum and Odyssey Sims. Play Rakea Jackson, Cameron Brink, Hamby, Cameron Brink. No, someone's getting benched, and I think it's Hamby. It's gonna be Cameron Brink and Azare Stevens. There's no way you don't start. Actually, she's coming off of minutes restriction, so maybe you can at the beginning of the season. But what happens when she's 100? You gotta play Brink at the 4 and Azare Stevens at the 5 because Azare Stevens is your only 5. LA, y'all need a 5. What the hell y'all going after Sellers for? Where are the 5s? There are no 5s in this. There are no 5s in this draft. We all knew Ayoka Lee wasn't. Yeah, I kind of knew Ayoka Lee was done with basketball anyway. You know what I mean? I don't. She says it's about the injuries, and I'm not saying that's probably not a part of it, but like Ayoka Lee was like, when you watch her, I can tell like I don't think she loves basketball like that. You feel me? And I saw that in her last game in March Madness against USC. I was just like, she was more so playing like she wanted the game to be over than she cared about actually winning. You know what I mean? Because I was just like, yo, the game's right there. Go take over. And she was just like, it didn't look like she was going 100. You feel me? Even though she's back, kind of managing that injury. I think she wanted that game to end, and I was just like, that probably is the like last basketball she's played. So they really this draft doesn't have a lot of bigs, bro. Moving on, number 10, Chicago Sky picking up Georgia Amore. I truly believe Chicago is locked in for Georgia Amore. Oh, you don't see Brent coming back till July, August. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Hamby was balling out and unrivaled, probably top two big. Oh, bro, where? Y'all seeing something I'm not seeing with Derek Hamby, bro. Y'all seeing something I'm not seeing with Derek Hamby. I No, bro. You can't no. You not a top two big getting blocked by point guards, bro. Okay? You're not a top two big getting blocked by point guards. I could put Niara Sabli in that same role. She's not getting blocked by. She might get the ball stolen, but she's not getting blocked by Skylar Diggins Smith. Hamby is a top two big over my. Hamby is a top two. What are we watching? Derek Hamby got one move in the post, and that's a step through to absolutely Narnia. There's no where's she going? I don't like. Am I a Derek Hamby hater? Am I a Hamby hater? Am I a hater? Oh, I mean, you want to say she top two big and unrivaled? Okay, cool. I feel like Aaliyah Edwards would have smoked her too. Aaliyah Edwards probably would have cooked her. Ryan Howard probably would have cooked her. Didn't Ryan Howard cook her? I don't think they played. Hamby top two. Nah, I can't. I'm not. I don't want to be a hater, bro, but I don't. Hamby, she could be bench. If you ever play start bench cut with me, boy, she is not surviving that game, boy. She is out of there, bro. I don't get how y'all ride for Hamby. Like some players, I just feel like y'all her no no no, bro. Get her like she gets points and rebounds the same way Sabrina Ionescu scored the ball. They're just there. They're just there. It's not like they creating the shit. No, they're just there. Anyway, back to the list. I got to get back to the list. Number 10, Chicago Sky picking up Georgia Amore. Georgia Amore is definitely, I do believe Chicago has their eyes set on Georgia Amore, barring that she goes early. I think most of these mock drafts are banking on Georgia not going early. I think Georgia can go a lot earlier than 10, but they're banking on her not going early because WNBA GMs don't want to give a 5'6" point guard the reins. However, if she were to get to Chicago, that would be insane. That would be huge for Chi-Town because Georgia is used to playing with bigs. Remember, her running mate was Liz Kitley, and you saw what she did in Kentucky, and that squad was taller than Chicago. What the? That squad was taller. That squad was taller than the city of Chicago. The freaking 6'7", 6'4s. She was the only person under 6 foot in the lineup, right? Like everyone else was like 6'2", 6. I'm like, what the? So she got some experience playing with bigs. So I think that could really translate and really help her. It's not like she's not used to playing with bigs, right? She had Liz Kitley. I think this could translate to Chicago, playing with a big like Angel Reese, Elizabeth Williams, Camila Cardoso. I think that could actually really be really good translated. Now you have a 3-point shooter and you got someone who can dish the rock. It's exactly what Chicago needs. And you could put Aurelia Garantes at the 2, or you also have whoa, wait. Chicago might cook. But the only way they gonna cook is if Georgia Amore don't go earlier in the draft. You feel me, cuz? Like this, Georgia Amore might go to the Mystics. Then, you know, this plan might be ruined. Let me not get too hyped. Chicago fans, calm down because Georgia could be going. She could be going. They probably Connecticut probably pick her up. Then everybody pissed, right? Connecticut probably gonna pick her up. Connecticut gonna ruin this for everybody. I don't trust the Mystics. And I don't trust Connecticut. For Georgia Smith. Y'all see where my head's at. For Georgia Amore to fall to 10 is kind of wild. That I feel like there's a stroke of luck that has to happen there for Georgia Amore to fall to 10. How confident are we in this? Because again, this is another pick I see consistently across the outlets that Georgia Amore is going late first round. And part of me doesn't believe that. Part of me does not believe that. Part of me doesn't believe Sarah Ashley Barker is going this late in the round. How we know the Valks aren't going Georgia Amore? As much as I'm a fan of Haley Van Lith going to the Valks, how we know Georgia Amore ain't going to the Valks? Georgia Amore got that following. People mess with GA. GA got that dope. All right. Anyway, keep moving on. But yes, if Chicago were to pick up Georgia Amore, that would be like them winning the lottery and not even having a lottery pick. That would be very tough. That would be extremely tough because you don't want to start Sloop, bro. And I'll leave it at that. Number 11 on the list, and here's where shit gets spooky. Sarah Ashley Barker from Bama going to the Minnesota Lynx, projected to Tisha Heidemann, Courtney Williams, Alyssa Peely. Let's see, I don't know what y'all want to put Alyssa Peely at now, but if she a guard, so she going 1 or 2. Or she could play a little bit 3, depending on how she moving and shit. And then you got Sarah Ashley Barker to the Lynx. I'll be real. I feel like the Lynx don't want nobody. I don't feel like the Lynx want anybody. Like I really feel like the Lynx are just like, we're good. I just get that feeling. If the Lynx want somebody, I feel like they want a big. I don't see why they'd be going after Sarah Ashley Barker, and I also don't think she'd be getting that playing time either. Like Alyssa Peely's not even. You feel me? Like Alyssa Peely wasn't even getting those minutes. And then to top it off too, Letitia Heidemann and Courtney Williams. What the hell was that finals appearance? What was that? Like, can we talk about that? You might actually, I take back my comments. You might as well go pick up Sarah Ashley Barker. I know y'all don't want, like, y'all guard situation. Y'all, it's hard to figure out. I don't know what Coach Reeve is doing. Alyssa Peely not even getting those minutes. But let's talk about that final appearance. One was going 1v4 in the clutch, up 2, low IQ, pull up mid-range jumper, full court, in the clutch, up 2, less than 3 minutes left. And then the other was riding bench. I get she was hurt. I get she was hurt. She was busting Courtney Vandersloot ass. She was. But for the most part, she wasn't doing anything. You scared from the 3-point line. Y'all could use a Sarah Ashley Barker high key. No, that actually would make you tough. But you're not putting Sarah. Let's be real. This is the problem with the W again. You're not putting Sarah Ashley Barker over Tish and Courtney Williams, even though she might be the better point guard. Look at what she was doing. Look at what she was doing in the clutch against Maryland. I damn near trust Sarah Ashley Barker after that finals appearance. I trust Sarah Ashley Barker in those clutch moments. She was playing in double overtime, 45 head tops on my school. And she wasn't calling for no sub because Leonai and Zay want to foul out, and that shit gonna piss me off if I talk about it again. But she wasn't called for no sub. Well, we actually, unless you're gonna give her a fighting chance, like Soda. Unless Soda's gonna give her a fighting chance, y'all can, don't touch that. Don't touch it. Don't touch her. Don't touch her. Don't touch her. Don't touch her. Unless you're going to give her a fighting chance, don't touch her. We're not doing that. Barely giving Alyssa Pilly a fight. Like, don't touch her, bro. Anyway, the last pick of the draft. Sorry, last pick of the draft. Last pick of the first round. Dallas Wings. Dallas Wings have the first and 12th pick. Oh, they got that from. Oh yeah, that's right. They did get that from. What are we doing, New York? Oh my gosh, I really wanted that 7th pick, man. But now it's looking like I don't know. I feel like damn near the second round, probably going to be better than the first round. Y'all heard it here first. The second round of the WNBA draft might be better than the first round. I know what you're saying. Oh, well, the second rounders probably not going to make it. I don't even know why the W still has 3 rounds of this draft, bro. Just make it 2 rounds. In my opinion, 2 rounds in this draft would actually make it more interesting, because it's just like we no longer have a section of players that we know aren't going to make it. Like, second rounders can't make teams. Look at Marina Mabry. You feel me? Second rounders can make teams, but the third round, we're all going to recognize that, oh, they're just there to be there. Feel like take out that third round, and I feel like you have a more interesting draft. You know what I mean? But the 12th pick in the first round, projected pick is Tahina Pow. It goes pow, 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 or pow. Is you gangsta? Is you T? Or is you not? I got questions. Is you G? Do you pop? It goes pow, 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 or pow, pow, pow. Pow, 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 or pow, pow, pow. Is you gangsta? Is you G? Or is you not? I got questions. Is you G? Do you pop? I gotta stop saying that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna lie. Tahina cute as fuck. All right, let me lock in, bro. I'm sorry. This Tahina's very, you know what I'm saying. Let's go ahead and read the summary. The 5th-year guard started in all but 3 of her 153 collegiate games. She's a dangerous 3-point shooter on high volume, shooting 40% from deep. She shot 40% from 3 her entire in her overall collegiate career. Okay, that's very impressive. Aaliyah Nye shot 43%, didn't she? She was the best shooter last year. Yes, Tahina Pow, but she doesn't have the highest 3-point shooting career percentage, I believe. Or it's either they're tied or Aaliyah Nye has a higher 3-point percentage. But Tahina Pow isn't the best shooter in the draft, which I'm telling you, second round going to be interesting. She shot over 42% from deep in 2 seasons, including a whopping 46.8% from 3 on 5 attempts per game during her first season with the Gamecocks. Yeah, she was going crazy the first year. Dallas picking up Tahina. If Dallas picks up Tahina Pow, we're doing this again. We're doing this again. I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna end up losing respect for Dallas, because it's just gonna be a black hole. It's gonna be a canon event for Dallas again, because they're just probably gonna let Tahina rot on the bench. Now, Tahina Pow. Her game to me is going to need a little bit more developing if she's gonna kill it like how she did in college at the pro level. And I know she's already getting bad flack because of her latest March Madness performance. But this is why y'all need to subscribe to the channel, because I told y'all this. Y'all always hear it here first. I told y'all this. This is what happens. This is what happens when players don't really develop their games. I told y'all these players go into these same programs we laud. They go into these programs and leave the exact same player. I told y'all most of these programs not doing nothing. They not developing their players. Which is why I made that live stream during the championship game. I said, when the hell have you seen Tahina Pow go up for a contact layup and finish that? You have not seen that. And all of a sudden, I'm seeing it in the last game of your college career. What is Sarah Strong is a fresh. I'm not saying she's a freshman as if she's bad, but she was sending shit to the 5th row. You've never, like, my entire experience watching the final game of March Madness was the Patrick Ewing meme. Like, you shoot that, you practice that shot. Have you ever shot that shot in your life? I've never seen you shoot that shot. So now here comes my girl T, right? Here comes pow. And you projecting Dallas? What's she gonna do? Is she a game changer? That's the category. That's the category I left off. what was it? What was it? Role player, game changer, Gen Talent. And what did I tell you on live streams before? And all of my returning viewers or subscribers, put this shit in the chat. Let the new audience know. I've said this, yes. I said if you want to make it in the W, you have to at least be a game changer. You have to be here for a chance at the W. It's not necessarily about the talent, the skill, the publicity. If you're bringing in views or like you got a bunch of attention and teams want to draft you just to get that attention. It's about if you're a game changer or not. Can you go into a training camp and make 90% of the team look bad? Are you a game changer? It's not just that Caitlin Clark is one of the best players coming out of college. We understand her talent level probably already exceeds what's in front of her. Okay? It's about if you're a game changer or not. Tahina Pow Pow. Love Pow Pow. Love Tina. You feel me? But are you a game changer? Not just at the college level. Are you game changer at the WNBA level? Can you walk into training camp and show out and actually just on an eye test level be better than everyone? No, well, not better than everyone, but you get what I'm saying. Can you hold your own to the point where it's just like, we can't drop her. We can't cut her. You have to force the hand of the WNBA seniority complex, bro. That's who these players are going up against. It's not even because some of these players are better, right? But you have to be overwhelmingly better for these teams to say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna drop this vet player." Do y'all see that? Do y'all see that? What players do you guys see that on an eye test level you think they're gonna go into training camp and be and change the minds of GMs? Because the W does have that. I don't want to keep calling it a seniority complex, but they give the benefit of the doubt to their vet players. And personally, I'm kind of tired of that. And they gave Alexis Morris hell when she called that shit out, because in my opinion, Alexis Morris probably dubbed them up in training camp and was just like, I'm better than these players. And the only reason the players are still on the team is because they get the benefit of the doubt for being vets in the W. So in a way, I'm against this damn seniority benefit. You feel me? Because if a player is better, they should be getting that spot. But most teams don't do that. So you have to exceed expectations. You literally have to be the best player, be better than most of the team, and then you got to force the hand of the GM to say, hey, we got to give this spot to Tina. We got to give this spot to Tina, or we got to give this spot to our lotto pick. Sorry. And that's how you get rid of the you know what I'm saying, the seniority benefit. But a lot of these players coming out of college, they're not game changers. We've talked about this. And as much as I want to see my girl Tahina pow, 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 I don't know if it's going to happen, but I damn sure know it ain't going to happen in Dallas, which is why I think, you know, Minnesota might cook. Sarah Ashley Barker, she has the potential to go earlier too. But I think a good landing spot for Tahina Pow Pow would be Minnesota. But if Minnesota gets their hands on Sarah Ashley Barker, that's bad news. That's actually bad news. That's they need Minnesota needs a big. I don't know if they're getting Jay Shep back this year. Well, they don't really need a big. They got Dork. It depends. They could use a bruiser, right? But if they replace their need for a bruiser with Sarah Ashley Barker, I actually am now scared, because the only team I really have to worry about as a Lips fan is Indiana. And Indiana still has to get it right. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have a hell of a training camp. Indiana's going to have a hell of they need to document that training camp, get a 30 for 30, get a nice little Last Dance documentary going on that training camp, because that training camp is going to be wild, because they're going to be trying to put all of the pieces together to compete for a championship now. And they do have those pieces. Indiana's damn near, I'm not saying I fear them, but they're the only team I'm worried about. You feel me? A Minnesota Lynx team with Sarah Ashley Barker, and Barker with, you know, maybe not the green light, but a yellow light. Hell. That be hell. That's hell. I'm not going for it. I'm scared. Actually, I'm scared. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. Let me see if I can find the Winsider mock draft real quick for you guys, and then I will answer the comments. I see the comment section blowing up. I hope it. Demona, if that's you, bro. If that you, bro. Hold on, let me pull up the big board real quick, and then I'll go back, and then I'll end this. I'll end the live stream at an hour. But I definitely did want to get this out before the draft this Monday, because again, I'm going to try to get home so we can do that live show breakdown of the draft, because I truly believe, like I said at the beginning of the stream, I don't think this shit going down the way we think it's going down. I really don't. I really don't. Like, Georgia Amore could be going third. Every list got Sonia Citron going third. Georgia Amore could go third. Mystics could pick up Sarah Ashley Barker fourth. Somebody needs to pick up Michaela Timpson. If Michaela Timpson going second round, I'm my blood's going to boil, bro. I don't see no Michaela Timpson in nobody's first round. What? Some of y'all need defense. Y'all need rebounders. Y'all need a decent big. This girl, Michaela Timpson, 6'3", with like a 6'9", 6'10" wingspan, can jump to the hoop, put her head in the hoop. Excuse me. Ooh. Wait. What are we doing? Oh, wait, what is this? Oh, the damn big board. They just put. Oh, I thought this was the list. My bad. Hold on. Yeah, guys, I'm not convinced on Serena Sundell, by the way. Oh, you know what? Because it's interesting with all these mock drafts and stuff like that. Let's go over real quick before I end the stream. Let's go over the WNBA draft invitees. I don't know if you all saw that list, but it's 16 players that got invited to the draft. I'm going to read them off for you guys. Let's do that instead of doing the mock draft list. Yeah, so let's just do that. I promise I'm going to get to y'all comments. I see y'all blowing up the shit. Draft. Let's do draft. I'm sorry. Again, my laptop's loud. It's old as hell. And I can never be the man that you deserve. It's out of my hands. It's out of my hands. I've been listening to that Sir album. Y'all know y'all probably have seen it, but the Sinners trailer, the Michael B. Jordan movie that's about to pop out. Sir released Heavy the Deluxe. So he had an album called Heavy last year that he released last year. And then turns out he did some of the songs for the Sinners soundtrack, which is I don't know if it's for the soundtrack or just like part of the soundtrack, because I saw some other people had songs for the Sinners movie as well. But I saw that his Heavy Deluxe included the songs from the Sinners movie. I was just like, that shit lit. Y'all should go listen to that. I don't care if you're not a Sir fan. I don't even care if you don't know who Sir is. Go listen to that. Go listen to that album. Listen to Out of My Hands by Sir. Then you'll understand. Okay. All right. I probably picked the wrong website because this shit gonna go hella slow, ain't it? This is why you don't pick the website with a bunch of ads. I just did this to myself again. Hold on. Can I go off of memory though? I should not have picked this website. I'm so sorry. Damn, Asia. All right, let me just go off like memory real quick while this shit loads. There are 16 draftees. Let's see. Y'all can help me out in the chat too. See if I miss anyone. But 16 draftees. We got Paige, Georgia Amore, Sarah Ashley Barker, Isaiah James, Sanaya Rivers, Sanaya Fagan, Kiki Ariafin, Tahina Pau, Haley Van Lith. What's that? 9? I got 7 more. Was Serena Sundell invited? Was Serena Sundell invited? I'm forgetting. Somebody help me. Somebody help me. Somebody help me. I want to say Serena Sundell, but I didn't see her. I didn't see her. I didn't see her. I want to say Serena Sundell, but I'm not entirely sure. But I got nine. I got nine, and there's seven left. Who am I forgetting? Ah, T, E, mm, Tina, Sarah, Haley. I got the NC State guards. Someone else I'm forgetting. I should not have clicked on this one. Now my computer's gonna go hella slow. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, guys. That was not a good choice. I literally could have clicked the friggin' WNBA page. Oh no! Over here singing, sir. I could have. Oh my shit's gonna freeze. No. Y'all drop it in the comment. Why is okay? There, we're out of it. We're out of it. Shivka was invited. Oh, there we go. Anissa Morrow. My bad. I'm tripping. I'm gonna go on that WNBA website. I promise. I'm so sorry for that, y'all. I don't want to keep y'all too much longer. I really don't, because we're about an hour into this live stream. We got to get out of here. And you know what? Actually, in the meantime, let me read y'all comments. Let me read y'all comments. I appreciate all y'all who here, all y'all supporting, checking out the live stream, all the comments as well. I see all y'all comments. Trust me, I see the comments. Pondexter. All right, I'm gonna start off where I left off with the comments. I don't want Barker in Minnesota. Demina says, I don't want Barker in Minnesota. Scared with what Cheryl might do. Yes, but what Cheryl Reeve needs to understand is like, your guards ain't that reliable either. Like Courtney Williams is probably the most reliable out of the two, but yeah, your guards and like I I think Sarah Ashley Barker has a higher IQ than the guards there. Maybe not Alyssa Pilley, but Alyssa Pilley needs some more runtime so she can show her bag. But I mean, Sarah Ashley Barker, she could be plug and play, absolutely. Courtney Williams is not a point guard. It was hard watching her try to make a post entry pass to Fee and failing each time. Yeah, correct. 3 rounds makes no sense with the roster limit of 12. Here's the W making all these changes. Oh, next year the finals, the the actual finals is going to be best of 7. Like, just make the change now. Change the damn, like, take out round 3. Like, why do you need like you're making all these changes, all these little subtle like changes. Change that. Why are y'all just leaving that there? Like, it's not a problem. Change it. You're changing all these other things. You're adding all these other nationally televised games. Change that shit. Nobody want to watch a 3rd round, bro. Dream scenario for the Sky is number 10, Amor, Sundell, or Sarah Ashley Barker, Westbeld, or Pondexter. I feel like they would, even though Sarah Ashley Barker isn't known for her assists, but she can pass. She can dime up the bigs. She's great. I think she could be even better in the pick and roll. A lot better than Georgia Amor. Now, I love Georgia Amor. She did a great job of getting to the cup this season. But I just feel like that ceiling with Sarah Ashley Barker, even though she might not be a better 3-point shooter than Georgia Amor, and I'm not even sure about that. She might have been this season. But Sarah Ashley Barker, that ceiling, a pick and roll with Camila Cardoso, and she gets downhill, and she is, if y'all haven't seen Sarah Ashley Barker, she'd be bodying, bro. She would take it to the take contact finish. You don't get that with Georgia Amor. You feel me? But I do feel like Georgia Amor, in a way, does complement the Sky a little bit better. You feel me? Westbell or Pondexter, I don't think they're going Chicago. The Sky either one, Amore or Barker. I can see that. Increase the roster sizes. You remember, yep, 2026 CBA. I think roster sizes are actually going to be increased. I don't think they're going to 15 like the NBA. I think they're going to maybe 14. I don't think they're going to more than 15. I think they're going to 14. But, it helps. Um, Increased the games to 44, but kept the roster size the same. They do have more teams coming in next year. Two more teams coming in next year. That's going to help absolutely. Keep going through. For Wiley transferring, she wasn't developing anymore, especially when not allowed to make mistakes. That's a two-way. That's a two-way street. Um, I think she's leaving because she doesn't want to be under the discipline of Dawn Staley anymore. A lot of times coaches give players checklists or things not necessarily like their personal checklist, but things you're supposed to be doing on the court. And you remember when Dawn got heated in their final in the championship game. Who was it? Malaysia for Wiley, she was playing well, picking up the energy, kind of was getting South Carolina back into it. And then I think after that play or after the timeout, Malaysia was standing in help side, and then who she leave open? Az Fudd. Az Fudd, as in the best shooter on the court, right? She's standing in help side, and the ball, and she's one pass away from Az Fudd. So a simple drive, kick, she wasn't there. Az Fudd hits the three. South Carolina's entire chance gets zapped right there, right? I think Malaysia for Wiley's leaving the team because of the discipline of Dawn Staley. Because certain coaches they want you to play the right way. And I think, in my opinion, I think it's kind of weak. I can understand, like, okay, maybe you're not getting the playing time you want, but you also have to understand coach's perspective. You're not getting that playing time because you do shit like that. We talked about this with Zaya Cook last year. A lot of the coaches, it's not that they don't want to play these players. And I'm not even talking about like a Tara Vanderveer, Lauren Marie Betts situation. I'm not even talking about that. I'm actually talking about playing the players, like a Zaya Cook situation, Malaysia for Wiley situation. It's not that they don't want to play the players. It's that the player keeps doing the player keeps not doing the simple things right. Like the simple things. Malaysia not asking you to take a charge or nothing. Not asking Malaysia, go out. We need 13 in the second quarter. But when the ball is being driven to your side, make sure you are no longer in help side defense off of the best shooter on the floor. You're one pass away. You should be guarding man to man. It's little things like that where I can't necessarily side with the players because I'm just like, that's what you're supposed to be doing anyway. That's just simple basketball. To me, it's not rocket science. It's not anything complex. That's just simple basketball. If you're telling me you don't know how to make a simple rotation on defense and you're leaving the school because of that, I'm not going to side with you. You feel me? I'm siding with the coaches because the coaches, they're not asking you to be Superman or Superwoman. They're just asking you to understand where the hell you need to be. And a lot of the time, that's just basketball fundamentals. But then I'll get on the coaches for I'm just like, what are y'all doing in practice that the player, yeah, maybe you can go over it, go over it with the players multiple times and they still might not get it. But at the same time, like, what are you doing in practice? If a player doesn't understand help side rotational defense, your workout isn't going to be anything but that. That would be me if I was in charge. Like, I don't need you lifting no weights, running around, putting up 1,500 shots or whatever that BS is. No. You're going to understand help side defense. So by the time we hit the season, it's going to be like second nature to you. If that's the biggest hurdle I need you to overcome so you understand how to stay on the court, if I have to basically work you to a point where it becomes instinctual, you're going to be on the court regardless. You might hate me for it, but guess what? Now when that ball is being driven to you, you're already on the shooter. And guess what? You're going to stay on the court longer because you're doing the right thing. That's just me. I think it's kind of weak. From the player perspective. Most of us, no. How does Pow Pow work at Dallas? I don't think Pow Pow works at Dallas. I don't think Pow Pow works at Dallas. All right. Paige, Enrique, and Dejanay are guards. That's all you need, really. I think that is salt, pepper, garlic seasoning. I don't think you need Tahina Pow in Dallas. I don't think she works in Dallas. Have to be careful when looking up stats from South Carolina players because Dawn rotation is 10 deep. That's true. Timpson to Minnesota. Dorka, Fee, Alana, Timpson. I don't know. And again, I don't know what the situation with Jessica Shepard is either. So I don't know. Timpson to Minnesota. That'd be cheese too. You know what I'm saying? Invited. Zaya James was invited also. Definitely agree it was two-way street. Okay, so I got to all the comments. Cool. So we are definitely over time with this with this stream. But I appreciate everyone tuning in, dropping comments and whatnot. I'm going to read you guys the invitee list, give you guys the little breakdown of what is this. Oh, they gave a whole summary of the players. Oh, Madison Scott. Shouts out Madison Scott too. She's vital. She's gonna be a great player in the W. I hope she makes a roster. I don't see her on first rounders, and she's one of the best players in the these pop-ups. She's one of the best players in the draft. She's kind of like a sleeper, kind of like Michaela Timpson. He's like, a lot of people don't know about her, but she's probably one of the more WNBA ready players. You feel me? Oh, there it is. Okay, let me read off this list real quick for you guys. Georgia Amore, again, 16 players. Georgia Amore, these are the players that have been invited to the WNBA draft. Georgia Amore, Sarah Ashley Barker, Paige Beckers, Sonia Citron, Sanaya Fagan, Kiki Ariafen, Isaiah James, Dominique Malonga, Anissa Morrow, Tahina Pow. I'm sorry. Tahina BBL, Sanaya Rivers, Madison Scott, Cheyenne Sellers, Asa Sivka, Serena Sundell, and Haley Van Lith. 16 players. There are only 12 picks in the first round. Second round gonna get real interesting. Wait. Oh yeah, I did say Madison Scott. Madison Scott is there. Madison Scott, again, if a player like Madison Scott don't get picked up, we see Jordan Horston. She's not yet. She's not that she's doing badly, but she's not yet excelling. But a player like Jordan Horston and then a player like Madison Scott, these are players that I feel like in the right situations, man, they would be steals. In the right situation, they'd be steals. But that's what it comes down to in the W. Like, which team do you end up on? You heard it here first. Late first round. Second round is probably going to be the most interesting part of the draft. And I just hope a lot of you second round players make it, because in my opinion, that crop of players might rival the first rounders. They might be better than the lotto picks. You know what I'm saying? Some of these invitees don't make sense to me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna call out names because that'd be kind of shady. You know what I'm saying? Some of these invitees don't make any sense to me because I don't think they're. God bless. I appreciate all y'all spending your Saturday with me. This stream has gone on very long. I actually only meant to keep it at an hour, but I appreciate you guys. Hope you guys take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Get some rest. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I'm out of here. Peace. I can't even lift my shoulder. You saw that?